Hey guys, again I'm back. Today we're not going to do a review or an unboxing. So for tonight I'm just going to show you a common problem that you guys have. I have a laptop here that recently got damaged. Now you can open it up here. You can see, you notice there it's missing or short a few keys. Now those keys are missing because this laptop fell out of somebody and a friend of mine, and as you can see here it's all dented and banged up. The good thing is that this laptop is functional. The bad thing is that the keys, as you see here, they're no longer functioning. Alright, the aspects of this keyboard is dead. Now somebody seeing this might decide to bring this to a repair shop. Knowing me, I think there's a better way, and all you have to do is basically just get a few things and we can simply, quickly and effectively we can change this keyboard. Right? So what I did was I went online and I got a spare keyboard. Right? Put this aside. Here you go. I got a brand new keyboard from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. Right, so I'll be taking this new keyboard and I'll be using it. If the camera will just focus, I'll use it and replace this keyboard over here. Alright, so I love the tutorial right now. Alright, first thing you'll need is, of course, your handy dandy screwdriver. This is my trusted screwdriver. This thing I've seen a lot of stuff. It's very reliable. It's a Stanley. Or you could just use any regular ones. Like, I like this one. It's a adjustable set. I got it the other day. It has 32 different screwdrivers in one. All I have to do is just change the tips and I'll be good to go. Alright, I've chosen a basic tip here that's similar to I understand the screwdriver. Alright, so all you have to do is, first things first, you flip over the laptop. Alright, this should work for any brand, and you simply dislodge the battery. Alright, so you remove this battery, you can put this aside. Alright, now you're gonna look in here, you'll notice, I don't know if I can show you, but if this thing was focused here, you notice there are screws all over the place here. There are screws along here, there are screws along here. We're going to remove all of these screws. Now you're going to look for the ones that have the drawing of a keyboard beside them. Alright, as soon as you remove all of those keys in there, you're simply going to open here and you're going to remove the keyboard, and that should do it. Now, because I have to be doing the recording along with this, I'll have to just pause the video for a while just to remove these screws in the interest of time. So right now I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to remove these screws, and then I'm going to come back and show you how to actually replace the keyboard. Alright, so just bear with me. Alright guys, okay guys, we're back. As you can see, as I said, I have removed all the screws. You can see here, for this particular model gateway, there are actually 5 screws, right? So I've removed all the 5 screws from this section here in the battery compartment beneath the battery. Alright, now just bear in mind that with some laptops you might have some extra screws, but most of them follow the same procedure. Alright, so here's the old keyboard. Now trick is that with this model all you have to do is remove the screws. In some models there's a strip here, this bezel here that runs along here. You'd have to lift this, and sometimes there are screws beneath it, but in this model it's not so. Alright, now this is the tricky part for this particular model gateway. And by the way, this is the NV53A gateway. Alright, so as soon as you do this now, you're gonna carefully, there are some slight buttons here, you're gonna use something like a flat headed or flat tip screwdriver, as you can see here. You're going to press down some little levers along the edges here, until they sink in or press down. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Alright, you're gonna press them until you actually get the keyboard to lift or fly. Alright, kind of loosen them already. So all you have to do as soon as you press them down, I've done this already, make it easier. And then what you're gonna here, you can see carefully. Look. Okay, they have the ribbon cable and it's connected to, if I can lift it up a bit and the camera focus, it will be connected to the board. Alright, now you're going to carefully, without damaging this area, you're going to lift this thing. Alright, remember it should first, you should draw it backwards or towards you in this direction, so you're going to pull it back and then you're gonna flip it. So you're gonna pull it backward like this. Alright, and then that should loosen the mechanism. Now this will just come out like this. Alright, so as you can see, as you can see there, this is a damaged keyboard. Alright, I'm gonna put this away. Over here we have the brand new keyboard. Alright, you can pick this up on Amazon, as I just said, and this fix would cost you a fortune if you took it to the shop. You can just do it at just the cost of the replacement keyboard. Okay, so as I said, you're going to make sure you watch your orientation, so make sure that this is facing the correct direction. Alright, space button towards this end. Alright, you can just cram it here, and similar to how you took out the old one, you're going to actually replace the ribbon cable by readjusting it and refitting it into the slot there. Alright, then you're gonna push this lever system back up until it's fixed and it's locked. Alright, just make sure it's snug, make sure that you test it, you don't pull on it or anything or bend this, because it will damage the pathways for the signals to send. Alright, there you go. Now carefully, what you're going to do here is you're going to put back the keyboard. Alright, make sure that it's sitting flush. Okay, remember those clips I was telling you about earlier? You can hear them snapping back into place. Alright, so just carefully, firmly ensure that these are set back into place. Alright, the keyboard should sit flush, just like this. Alright, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna close down the front cover. Alright, now earlier I didn't show you how I took out the screws in the interest of time. Now you can place back the screws, so just carefully set them back into place. Okay, so we're back, and as you can see, all the screws are flush. Just double check your work and make sure that they're well screwed in. Alright, so we're good to go here. The battery that we took out earlier, you can place this back in. Alright, just make sure it's locked into place. Alright, you can see here. Okay, here we go. This is the brand new keyboard. It's now installed. Remember, just double check your work. So make sure that the new keyboard is sitting flush. Alright, looks good as new. Now for the test, you just power on the unit. Alright. Now sometimes what that might happen is that you don't get this right on the first try. So what you'd have to do, if you realize that the keyboard is not, the computer is not accepting the input, what you'd have to do is actually just reverse the process, remove the screws again, and double check your work. sometimes what I do is to actually, instead of screwing them up, I just simply rest the keyboard in, replace the battery without the screws. Then what I do is power it up and then do a quick test. And usually that quick test usually gives me the confirmation whether or not it works. So if there's a mistake, I'd actually remove it. Now, let's say this is my friend's computer. Alright, you can just, if this thing would just focus, and if you can see. Okay guys, I didn't get the password from my friend, and to take too long for me to actually get the password, so in the interest of time, again, what I've done is just to show you a close-up of the login screen, and what I'm going to do is just press different keys on the keyboard and just to make sure that it's working. Now, as you can see, alright, excellent. The dead zone from before is now gone. The keys in that area are being pressed. Sorry. Alright, so all the keys are working. You can see I can delete them as well. Okay, good. So this tells me that the keyboard is working. Apologize again, I don't have the password for this machine right now. Forgot to collect it from my friend. Right, and of course if I press enter, alright, as you can see, the enter is working. That was escape key, so from that I can tell you that this keyboard is actually fully functional now. Alright, so that was how to actually get your keyboard replaced. Alright, so any questions you can leave them down below in the comments. I'll be glad to get to you and try to help you out as best as I can. Alright, thanks for watching, stay tuned and remember to subscribe. We'll have plenty more helpful tips, reviews and unboxings. Thank you for your time. Bye.